Hey, what is going on, guys? I'm back here with another Tuesday vlog. I'm at the Lake Lowell Picnic Park in Nampa, Idaho, and as you can see, there's a ton of trees. So the topic of today's vlog is how does the DJI HD system handle thick trees? I mean, like I said, this is not exactly a forest, but I figure if I get a ways out and then kind of punch up a little bit to where I'm putting the canopy of the trees in between me and the quad, that should be a pretty good test. And I did bring an analog quad to kind of compare. I've got my DJI goggles, quad, and then I'm going to be running my Emax Buzz with my Commander V1s, and I guess I'll start at 25 milliwatt. Unfortunately, the Buzz only goes up to 200 milliwatt, which is, you know, probably close to 300. And then, of course, the DJI system goes up to 700. You know, I don't have any analog quads that go higher than 200 milliwatt. You know, I've always found that I never needed more than that flying analog. So it's not a super fair comparison, but I mean, I'm kind of curious to see like how the systems compare. And again, this is another one of those like kind of like blind tests where I don't really know what's going to happen with the HD system, because trees are kind of weird. You know, they cause reflections, they cause blockage, they cause the signal just to drop. So there could be some stuttering. You know, I expect the focus mode to kick in. I expect the signal degradation on the sides. That's fine, whatever. But I'm curious on how it'll handle the stutter. To start, I think I'm gonna, I mean, the park's huge, but I'm gonna fly down somewhere and look for like a landmark as far as like distance. And then, like I said, kind of punch up and put the canopy in between me and the quads. And we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so first up is the Buzz on analog with the Amway Commanders, and I'm gonna point in that general direction. And I guess for this first flight, I'm just gonna kind of look for that landmark just to have my distance. You can see the flickering. It's pretty standard for analog in trees. I mean, you know, it's doing pretty good. But what's crazy to me is, you know, I've always loved my Commanders, and this is the Runcam Robin. I've always loved my Runcam, you know, CMOS cameras, and but it's just like wearing these goggles and flying through this camera, it's like I feel like I'm blind. I mean, I'm not even like exaggerating or like, you know, trying to say that all of a sudden hate my Commanders, but I mean, compared to what I've been flying for the past few weeks, I mean, I feel like I'm flying blind right now. I mean, I'm obviously not going super far. Let's go this way. I wanted to park down here so I could just fly the park lengthwise, but there's people down here. Okay, so we're up high. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that was really bad. Okay, so if I fly across this big tree, yeah, that's like, whoa, shit. So that's, I'm guessing that will cause the HD quad to just completely freeze up. Oh, and I'm obviously facing the wrong way, but my Menace Pat should have been at least picking that up. Oh yeah, so if I flying that way, I put a big, like, I don't know, a fir tree in between me and the quad. So yeah, that got really bad. That was complete video loss. So I'm gonna switch batteries and try it on 200. All right, so I've got a fresh pack. I'm gonna turn it up to 200. I'm gonna face the same direction. Let me start recording. Okay. $200. Let's see if this makes it actually better or worse. God, the
Engines
field of view in these goggles is so small. I still love them. I still wouldn't, you know, if I had to stop flying HD, I wouldn't trade these for anything. I mean, I still love the 16:9. Okay, so small tree. Okay, yeah, it's definitely more manageable on 200. So we fly high. Now I'm getting back into the path of the crosshair. But I mean, the RunCam CMOS cameras are amazing, especially with like this dynamic lighting, because we've got like sunlight, we've got shadows, and the RunCams handle it amazing, but it's nothing compared to the HD quad. Nothing. Okay. And this is like I really do want to find a landmark, but it's hard because with the analog system, it's hard to like see where I'm going. I mean, I don't want to sound like, you know, dramatic, but it's just okay. So this seems to be about the worst spot right here. So this is what it looks like on 200 milliwatt. And you know, the thing about analog is even with that static, I can still fly because I can still kind of see. And it might just be, you know, with the HD quad, if it just starts stuttering, that might be harder to deal with. And I haven't really put myself in a situation yet where I've had to deal with that, because in most cases the video has just been pretty good. Okay, I don't want, if I just keep flying and talking, this video is going to get long. Let's switch quads.
Engines disarmed.
Okay. All right, let's switch to the HD quad. All right, so let's try the HD. Okay, let me make sure I'm on 25. Yep. Oh yeah, record.
Engines armed.
Okay. Oh, see, now I can actually see everything. Wow. Okay, so I'm already getting some stutter. And we're in focus mode, we're in low latency. Okay, so this is pretty close. This is where I was flying with the Buzz. Getting red bars. Yeah, it does not like these leaves. We're getting some pretty heavy signal degradation. And you know, like I alluded to in my first vlog, with digital, there's so much more information to like push through the object. I would expect for it to struggle in this type of environment. Like this, trying to go up over this tree, this actually kind of scares me. I'm just afraid it would have like total signal loss. Let's see. Yeah, it's bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm not even gonna, I can't even go as high. So we'll just call that what it is. Down low, close to the ground where the canopy is not as much on the way, it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, stutter. But the stutter is not, it's not like it's something, like if you're anticipating it, you know, you fly through it. Kind of like snow on analog. See how it does right here. Yeah, the digital signal on 25 milliwatt, it does not like trees. But being able to like see everything, that's crazy. Okay, let's try 700. As far as I'm concerned, for analog, or
Engines disarmed.
for 25, analog definitely wins on the low power setting. I mean, I noticed even just flying in front of my house that the HD quad does not like just a little bit of trees I have in front of my house, especially with the stock antennas. Oh, it's bad. Just flying in front of my house, it's pretty bad. So, what's my battery? I'll switch batteries. Okay, first battery. Adjusted my goggle strap a little bit. Let's crank it up to 700. These goggles, I realize, are like kind of pinching my nose, so I sound funny.
Engines armed.
Okay, so focus mode's kicking in. So far, less stutter. Okay, so far, okay, back here, I was already getting stutter on 700, it's gone. Yeah, we're good here. Let's go to the front. Focus mode's kicking in, even the center is degrading, but you know, it's not, even with the center degrading a little bit, it's still better than analog. Okay. Wow. Wow. It just punched right through that. Let's try that again. I hope you guys know that I can't be like making this up. So, yeah, it punches right through that. Wow. And it's like, let me do it again. I'm gonna look at my latency. So right now, I'm at 22 milliseconds, 24, 32. Oh man, dude, it's punching right through that. It's like, it does not care. And you guys remember the analog at 200, it was still breaking up right there. So the system is weird. At 25, I think at 25 it's really, really low. And at 700, I almost feel like it's dynamic. I don't, you know, I obviously don't know what the power output is, but at 700, I found that if it's a tricky environment, you know, aside from the parking garage, at 700, if I turn up to 700, it's like, it just seems to be flawless with the good antennas. it's like crystal clear, and you know, I'm standing in the same spot, I'm using the same antennas, and I'm flying through the canopy because I can actually see the canopy. Ooh, this is crazy. Okay, I got a little bit of stutter right there. So, and these are some pretty thick trees. Yeah, that, it's just a tiny, tiny bit flying above the canopy. Oh man, I could do this for days because I can just like see everything. So yeah, it's on 700, it doesn't really seem to care. No, I'm just like having fun. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to care on, it's like punching right through these trees. Okay, let's go a little distance. We're basically like at the end of the park. Kind of high up, there's gonna be some blockage. Oh man.
Engines disarmed.
That was good timing. Somebody just rolled up and I just stopped flying. So yeah, 700 doesn't seem to care. Like I said, I know it's not apples to apples because the Buzz is not 200 or doesn't go above 200, but I don't really think that would make a difference with the way that analog kind of reflects and scatters with the trees. I don't think it would make a huge difference. I flew all the way to the end of the park. So yeah, I guess to sum it up, I'll do that part later. I'm gonna stop the recording now, and now I'm just gonna fly for fun because this is awesome. All right guys, so just to kind of wrap it up, flew a couple more batteries. You know, at this point I was just kind of like enjoying the park. I was flying out on the beach. It's just crazy, especially in this environment. So we've got shadows, we've got bright light, we've got trees, we've got ghost branches. I was flying through trees on the beach. It's crazy to be able to see. I mean, even with the focus mode, even with the signal degrading and the picture getting pixelated, it's still better than trying to fly through like snow and rolling picture. I mean, it's being able to see, it's insane. So like, what do I think? 25 milliwatt in the trees, it was pretty horrible for you. You know, you like European guys, as far as I understand, there's a way that you can unlock the 700 milliwatt. You know, I mean, I may have heard about it. Obviously, I don't have to worry about it, so I couldn't tell you how to do it, but I've heard of people doing it. In this environment, 25 milliwatt, it was not the best. 25 milliwatt on the HD system is, I found that it's the relationship between low power and high power with HD is not the same as analog. With analog, it's super predictable. But with HD, 25 milliwatt, it's really weird, like how bad it performs compared to 25 milliwatt analog. And again, I've heard that the power output is really low, like 20 milliwatt. But when you crank that sucker up to 700, it's amazing. I mean, I've had no issues. Like, I mean, I've had a little bit of stuttering, but you know, I'm putting like 100 feet of trees in between me and the quad. I mean, you know, like packed. I mean, the trees here are like, they're packed together really tight. And again, it's not a forest, but I mean, the canopy, this canopy of this park it's thick. It's thick enough to where when I was flying the Buzz, so I was flying the Buzz over there, and you saw that even on 200 milliwatt, I was getting pretty bad breakup. So that is to say, the digital signal is not, I don't feel like it has a whole lot of limitations. I mean, I really don't. I haven't come across a scenario where I felt like I was being held back because it's a digital signal. I haven't raced with it. I mean, obviously I've flown with other pilots. I haven't raced with it. Maybe DJI can come out with an update to where they bump up the 25 milliwatt just a little bit, maybe to 40 or 50. Because, you know, analog VTXs, pretty much across the board, when you set them to 25 milliwatt, they're pumping out 40 milliwatt. That's pretty much every VTX I've ever tested, starting with the Tramp, the Unify, all of my Emax VTXs. There are some exceptions, like some of like the AKK VTXs I've tested. They're outputting like way more than 40. Some of them are pretty good. But yeah, so if like, you know, if in the future, if we're gonna race with the digital system, you know, an open field, it might not be a big deal, but I feel like the power output in 25 milliwatt is really low. So maybe they could pump that up. I don't see why not. And maybe they could add a 200 milliwatt mode. But then again, like I said, maybe the 700 milliwatt is dynamic. I don't really know. It could be. I mean, like I noticed that I'm sitting on the ground and I'm sitting at like 30 milliseconds, and then I take off and fly away and it lowers. Well, I mean, okay, so in low power mode, it's sitting at 25 milliwatt on the ground. So that is, yeah, so that does make sense. When you arm, it jumps up to 700. But I still think it might be dynamic. Like it senses like, oh, the signal's dropping, let's crank it all the way up. I don't know, could be. Maybe they could do an update and bring the power up to like 1 watt. That'd be crazy. God, what's up with this bee, man? Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I came, you know, it was like another blind test. I didn't know how it was gonna do in the trees, and I think it did great. You know, it did great at the 1 mile test. No issues there. I probably could have kept going, but I didn't feel like walking a mile in the desert. The garage test, okay, let's rate all the tests so far. The garage test was a 10 out of 10. It just like blew my doors off. Long range test, okay, that's stupid. I'm not gonna rate him. But yeah, no, it did good in the trees. It did good in the trees. I would take flying digital in this park, in these trees, over flying analog any day of the week. Any day of the week. Because I could see where I was going. I didn't have to worry about snow. I didn't have to worry about ghost branches. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so yeah, again, not super scientific. This is, you know, for me, it's my weekend. This is fun for me. Flying the quad is fun. Seeing what its capabilities are is fun. What should I do next? I don't think I have much to test next. I've tested range. I've tested multipathing in the garage. Now I've tested the tree canopy. I don't think I have much left to test. You know, now it's all about just, you know, flying it. I do want to get the system on a proper 5-inch freestyle quad with a GoPro, because I feel like, I mean, I'm having more fun flying, but I also feel like I fly better because I can see better. And I also notice, like, when I'm at the extremes and I have to look at the corners of the screen, it's so much easier than with my analog goggles. And like, because you know, all analog goggles, when you look to the far edges of the screen, it gets really blurry. Not really blurry, but it gets blurry. So, but I noticed with these, especially with the screen shrunk down to 70%, if I'm like at a weird angle and I'm at the extreme and I have to look at the bottom edge of the screen, like I can totally still see. So, I mean, I think it makes me a better flyer. So now I need to get the system on a proper quad with the GoPro, kind of tossing around the idea of getting a Hero 7 Black. I don't know. And yeah, I just want to like put packs through it and just like fly the crap out of it, because it's just like, flying is fun again. After 5 years of doing it, FPV it's just fun again. And we have a race in October. I might take vacation. Since I'm not off on Sundays, I might take vacation and sign up for that race. And you know, of course, I'll race my Hawk 5s. But maybe I can work something out with Brent and Davey, because Davey has the system, and maybe we can do like a little heads up race, see how it works with the timing system, see if maybe I can beat Davey flying HD. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna go home. I got plenty of time to start editing. Maybe I can get this uploaded tonight. All right, thanks for watching.